Hello again, let's jump into the all-important teams, and Fremantle has named an unchanged side for its maiden AFL Grand Final against Hawthorn on Saturday. Tom Wren and Treaders join us live from Federation Square. And Tommy, Alistair Clarkson and the Hawks had a big decision to make.
Yeah, they certainly did, Kim. We knew that Brendan Whitecross was out, Treaders, but Jonathan Simpkins, the man that comes in. Are you happy with that?
Well, I think it's the obvious one. He was best on ground for the Box Hill Hawks last week in the VFL Grand Final. They won the premiership. They upset Geelong in the VFL. 26 disposals, 2 goals. He's the most likely, and I think it's a good decision by the Hawks.
Treaders, we know they're a skillful side. We know it's going to be wet and windy on Saturday. Even so, the Hawks don't think that's going to play into Freo's hands.
Not the conditions the fans were hoping for, but for the players, this was somewhat of a dress rehearsal. Slamming suggestions, wet weather favours the Dockers.
Yeah, we played in wet, dry, windy, so it doesn't matter, but our form's been good throughout the season, so it won't change really the way that we want to play. We do have the ability to change the way we play in games, which is a real strength of ours, so we'll just combat whatever conditions are thrown at us.
Still burning in the Hawks' hearts is the devastation of last year's loss to Sydney, pain they plan to use as motivation to right the wrongs.
There is just a little bit of a steely resolve and a look in the eye, because after last year you know what a defeat feels like, so there's that little steely resolve. But
they've also added a much needed weapon, greater versatility.
Players have been able to play multiple roles, and so there's real confidence going in this game that we don't have to go with just the one strategy or the one player in that position, that they can play multiple roles. So probably a steely resolve and an element of confidence.
And they plan to combat the Dockers' fierce pressure by fighting fire with fire.
Well, we've played in some real big pressure games, and our draw suggests we played against big teams. So if we take the approach we've taken in those games, our pressure and our ability to tackle will be as good as any.
The proof, less than 48 hours away. Corey Norris, 9 News.
Well, Treaders, let's go to Fremantle's ins and outs now. There aren't any. Gee, they look strong.
Well, they look strong, and we know the weather could be an issue. The Hawks can say it's going to favour them. Well, I'll tell you it's not. They've got Sandilands Freo. He's the most dominant ruckman. When it's wet, he's still 7 foot tall. They've got the best inside midfields, and they've got small, nifty forwards. I think the Dockers look the goods tomorrow night.
Well, I was going to ask you, who's your tip? Who wins the Norm Smith?
Well, I think the Dockers will win, and I reckon it's only going to be about 16 or so points. It'll be reasonably close. Their pressure will be too good. I think Nathan Fyfe will win the Norm Smith. He's been brilliant final series. The 22-year-old will get even better.
That's why you're the expert, because I'm going Luke Hodge and Hawthorn, so we've gone completely different.
Oh, let's fight.
That's not going to end well if that happens. Hey, Kim, just before I go, Lewis Johnston, a 1-year deal. So too Jason Paul-Pleasure, and Johnston will also play for North Adelaide in the prelim on the weekend, as will the West skipper Ryan Ferguson, so good news. We'll have this fight now.
Yeah, good luck, Tommy. Thank you to Tom and Treaders there.